Hello, everyone. We hope you're having a happy holidays. This is
Yes.
episode number 164 of At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit.
And the executioner, Daniel Travas.
Yeah, I'm Matthew Smith, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. You know how it goes. We tell you where the topics are, and then we actually jump into them. So why don't we do that?
Number one.
Number one is our thoughts on the new Monday Night Raw logo that will be debuting, I guess, January 6th, 2025.
Number two.
Number two is the TNA, I said layoffs, but they're more like departures.
Yeah. Number three. We're a bit late on this.
Fine. We are really late on this. It's almost the end of the year. We haven't said the results of the headline yet. But enough of that. Let me iPhone mirror and start off with topic number one.
Alright. Take it away, man.
So, I liked it, actually. I know, I don't know how you feel, but I like the white and red.
Yeah. I will admit, it's kind of very similar to the Raw logo, but I was expecting a lot more red in the logo with Netflix being a part of it, you know? I really wasn't expecting a lot of white with that logo. I was expecting a lot more red.
I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking like the bump that goes up and down in the second line up was gonna make an N in the Raw logo for Netflix.
That would have been, come on, WWE. You had a cool marketing scene, but you didn't do it.
Well, that's about on par for WWE when you think about it.
Yeah, but I will say, it's going to be interesting because does everyone realize that there's only 2 more Raws on TV forever?
Well, for as long as Netflix.
10 years.
10 years. That's not forever, it's just a long time.
Yeah, it's a solid decade. For $5 billion.
Yeah, with a capital B.
Yeah, my thought is on the logo is it's very interesting. Was expecting a lot more red, was expecting a lot more blast in the colors, but overall I like it. It's just like, okay, looks the same as like any other current WWE logo to me.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Looks great. You got anything you want to add?
Like, let's just think for a bit how much this means. Like, how long have we had the current Raw logo?
Couple years at this point.
Yeah, I think like since the pandemic or something. The fact that this is ending and we're starting a new era in WWE. Like, if Raw goes well, it
Should
could
NXT
be.
could go well.
Yeah, then SmackDown might move to Netflix. Netflix could literally be the hub for all things WWE.
Yeah, you can get Netflix, we can get SmackDown, we can get pay-per-views, we can get WrestleManias.
Yeah, like, the implications of this in general is insane.
Yeah, I honestly think that WWE, and this might be a bit of a hot take here, but I don't really care. But WWE needs to treat this just the first episode ever on Netflix like a WrestleMania. You need to go all in for this. I think it was the. All right. Final thoughts. You go first.
Uh, yeah, I mean, we got 2 minutes, so I'm just gonna stop the timer, I guess, because look, one of my usual signal for this corrected. We still got like 2.5 minutes if you want to continue.
Okay, fine. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, well, honestly, I kind of like the simplicity of it.
Yeah, but I also, like I was saying, is I think WWE needs to treat just the first episode like a WrestleMania.
Yeah,
You
and
need
it does, and like, I don't know how this isn't confirmed yet with 2 Raws left on the USA Network, but they need to confirm that the Women's Intercontinental Championship will be decided on the first Raw of Netflix.
Yes, we gotta speed that up, WWE.
Yeah,
I mean, my honest thought is like, look, the logo looks fine. Everything looks good about the logo, but it's just you also got to announce like more matches like immediately. You got like 3 matches. That's
yeah,
it.
and like CM Punk versus Seth is the main event. Then you got the Women's
Tribal,
World Championship, and you got the Tribal Combat.
come on. And hell, most likely you're probably gonna have appearance by the final boss.
Yeah, and John Cena's gonna be there. Logan Paul is apparently a part of the Raw roster now, even though he said he retired on Impulsive.
We're just doing that just to get some heat.
Yeah,
Just be like, what's the best way to get people
and
to...
also think about this with WWE. This is the first Raw that's going back to 3 hours since the deal with USA got extended.
Yes. When you go to 3 hours on Netflix, you need any big names that you have, like, legends. Go crazy with this. Hell, have shocking returns, please.
Yeah, also, this is to Netflix. I'm gonna be watching your game day stuff on Christmas. You better have your streaming issues fixed.
Really. I agree. Get it together.
Alright, now the timer is going up.
All right. You go first.
I'm excited to see what they do with this new logo and what this signifies for the new era of WWE.
My final thoughts are if when you have this first episode of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, the logo looks nice, but you need to have if this is if WWE is gonna be on Netflix and they say, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna go a lot more edgy," you gotta you might just want to just take the product, just change it up a bit because you gotta do different things. But overall, I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah, for a moment. And we'll be right back with topic number 2, by the way.
Hello, everybody. We're back with topic number 2. There were some TNA departures from TNA Wrestling.
Yes, from what I know, the ones that I'm pretty sure are confirmed are Trent Sevens, Kushida, and their ring announcer.
Little
There
fun
might be
fact.
another one, but I forgot her ring name, I guess you can say.
And also, fun fact, like you told me, that I'm gonna tell everyone here, is that the former TNA ring announcer is the wife of Josh Alexander. Which, and I'm gonna say what you told me, that I honestly agree on your theory here that when Josh Alexander's contract expires, he's gonna go to NXT.
Yeah, because I was watching Wrestle Talk News the other day, and they covered the TNA departures, like Kushida's focusing on New Japan. Maybe Josh Alexander, when his contract eventually expires,
next year.
even though he said he is going to be exploring free agency, what if he hops over to NXT and forms the All Ego North with his former tag team partner Ethan Page?
Or just becomes a single star in NXT.
Yeah, but I still think that could happen.
Yeah, true. Cause Kushida going to focusing on New Japan makes sense. What is Trent Seven gonna do? Is he gonna go back to WWE?
Mhm. I mean, it'd be crazy to see Mustache Mountain reform after what happened.
Yeah. What happened?
Didn't they like split up or something? One of them turned on the other? I don't remember.
Uh, I don't
And for the record, the reason these people are
deep
leaving,
heart.
departing, leaving, potato, is apparently they were asking to take wage cut, meaning they
Yeah,
were going to be getting paid less.
yeah. Which if I was a wrestler for TNA and my contract was coming up and TNA said, hey, you want to take a pay cut, I'd just be how about no?
It wouldn't be an episode of the podcast if I didn't forget to start the timer.
I'm just glad that, like, hey, wherever these wrestlers go that did depart, I am very intrigued to see what happens. And I'm very curious to see where the wrestlers that contract expires, if they're going to stay or if they're going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited to see what, and like, we haven't covered two of the other probable departures that are also happening next year. We briefly talked about Josh Alexander, but the Juggernaut Jordan Grace's contract is coming up. So is Joe Hendry's.
Yeah, and Joe Hendry recently became the TNA World Title #1 contender.
Yeah, so if he loses, he could be. TNA can't be saying, I believe in Joe Hendry, but NXT could.
Yeah, yeah, because
And yeah, and like full disclosure, I would bring if Jordan went in to TNA or WWE. This is a topic for a later episode. I would bring her up to the main roster and skip NXT.
yeah, it's fair. What about Josh Alexander? What would you do with him?
Josh, I'd probably bring to NXT to get him acclimated with the WWE universe for a little bit.
Yeah,
But keep in mind, Jordan Grace's first appearance was in the Royal Rumble.
that is true. And she's also the second wrestler from TNA to show up with the Knockouts Championship, like, and they kind of call it the Knockouts Championship. Because
Yeah,
keep
they
in
have to
mind,
call it the TNA Women's Knockout Championship or something like that.
yeah. But
Or
overall,
TNA Knockouts Women's Championship. I think that's what they said. But anyways, yeah, Mickey James was the first.
yes. I mean, overall, I'm curious to see, why, if if some of them go to WWE, if some of them go to other companies, because the wrestling world is just they can go literally anywhere. Just don't go to
Yeah,
AEW.
yeah, we won't know if. Well, that might be a sign that they went to AEW. If we don't see them for a while, they probably went to AEW.
Oh no, there they are.
Yeah, but we wouldn't know. We don't watch AEW anymore.
Yeah.
He lost access to the TV channel, and I just got bored.
Yeah. And then plus, starting next, random thing actually, starting next year, AEW is going to be streaming on Max.
Guess how many F's I give?
Just thought I'd tell you.
Fair. And the answer is 0, people. I give 0 F's about that.
But, my thought is, like, regarding, like, all the TNA stuff is, it should be interesting to see where these people go, if they go anywhere, or if they decide to, like, the people that left, cool. I'm curious to see where they go. But the wrestlers that contract expires, I'm curious to see, will they stay or will they go?
And I will say, I think I heard that Top Dollar, his contract is coming up, but both sides for him are open to an extension.
Yeah.
Not sure if that'll change after Top Dollar loses to BDE in Wrestling Revolver in his debut match.
Yeah. I mean, overall, like, I'm just curious where everything goes from here. You got anything else? How long we got left?
1:40 right now, but I can stop the timer early.
Yeah. If you have anything to add, floor is yours.
No, not really. I
Okay.
already canceled the timer anyways
All right. We'll be back.
with the result.
Yeah.
And we are back with the third and final topic. The results of NXT Deadline. Wow, we dragged this one out as long as we could.
Yes.
Anyways, I'm actually going to start off with the first match of the show. I'm surprised this was the first one because we said it was probably going to be the main event. The Men's Iron Survivor Challenge.
Yeah, we're just, nobody got that.
Yeah, because apparently Eddie Thorpe got attacked or something, and his
That was,
replacement one, which was Obafemi.
which I will say, what Eddie Thorne did to get himself out of the Iron Survivor, to get himself into an NXT Championship match. That's a clever shit.
Yeah, but Wesley or Javon Evans did not win. Ethan Page or Nathan Frazier did not win. Like I said, it was Obafemi. So we start tied with a big old goose egg. The next match, since I don't remember, I'm just going in the order that we predicted, was the main event of the show. The Women's Iron Survivor between, well, obviously people. I got this match correct with Julia picking up the victory. And I did want to say, the Men's Iron Survivor, and I know this is ADD happening, the Men's Iron Survivor ending was awesome.
Yeah, great. Moving on.
But yeah, Julia won, giving me 1 point. And the next match we predicted was for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams versus Ridge Holland. The match, from what I remember, which honestly isn't much, was okay.
Yeah.
Trick won, giving me another point.
Yep.
Then we have the NXT Tag Team titles, the Supersonic Duo versus the No Quarter Catch Crew. And keep in mind, people, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions of the Supersonic Duo, Nathan Frazier, was in the Iron Survivor at the top of the show.
So that meant a double duty.
Yeah. And somehow, some way, right this past Tuesday, even though one half of them was injured and taped up, the Supersonic Duo somehow retain.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way. I just realized we forgot to say the punishment. I'll say it after the match because we're on the final match that we predicted. The NXT Underground match. Lola Vice versus Jada Parker. And it being in the NXT Underground was really random to me.
Why?
I don't know, like, yeah, Lola has, like, MMA experience or whatever, but did they really need an NXT Underground match at Deadline?
No. They could have just had to be a I mean, they already did a street fight.
Or like a last woman standing or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lola Vice won that, but I would not consider this a clean sweep, even though it got the 4 matches that we got points for correct. I would only count it as a clean sweep if I got the first match also correct.
Yeah. It's ish. Alright. That's it.
So hang on, I need to reveal the punishment for them.
Right.
The loser has to watch a bad Christmas movie because, well, literally like a week from yesterday is Christmas. So he will be watching Jack Frost.
Yep.
And with that, we will see you next week with sort of like what, a year in review?
Yep. Bye.
Deuces.